Welcome to Deep Talk. Today we are privileged indeed to have His Excellency Dr. J.C. Bayer, Ambassador of Poland to Thailand, with us. Ambassador, welcome to Rangsit University.
Thank you very much.
How long have you been in Thailand?
Well, it's going to be 4 years quite soon. I arrived in mid-March 2009 and presented my credentials to the Crown Prince in August 2009.
You like Thailand? How is it treating you?
Well, I like Thailand very much. We talked about that, before the program. When I visited my first 50 countries, I prepared a sort of a ranking, according to numerous criteria. And Thailand ranked first. After 100 countries visited, I repeated the ranking with the same result. Now I have 150 on my record, and the ranking remains the same.
Oh, thank you very much for honoring Thailand. What were your experience before coming here?
Well, the first time I set my foot on the Thai territory, I may quote an exact date, November the 4th, 1980. That was the day of the presidential elections in the United States. I was a roving correspondent, a journalist, for the Polish press agency at the time. And one of my tasks, that time was to collect, all the reactions and informations about the evaluation and assessment of those elections all over the Asia and Pacific. Exactly on that day, I landed at the Don Mueang airport at that time.
วันนี้เนี่ยเรามีเกียรตินะครับได้รับเกียรติจากคณะเอกทูตโปแลนด์ดร. เยซี่ไบเออร์นะครับท่านเป็นเอกทูตประจำประเทศไทยอยู่ที่เมืองไทยมา4 ปีแล้วเนี่ยแล้วท่านก็บอกว่าท่านชอบเมืองไทยมากนะครับแล้วก็ท่านเลือกประเทศไทยเลยที่อยากจะมาประจำเป็นลำดับหนึ่ง Ambassadors, Poland is a remarkable country. You really you are one of the big country in Central Europe, and you have a long experience, and you have changed, from a planned economy to really a market economy now with success. And now you are members of the European Union, of NATO, and well integrated, and your economy is doing fine. How do you attribute that success? And could you tell us about why there was a change, from the planned economy to, market economy at that time?
Poland was that Central or Eastern European country which initiated most revolts and protests against the communist system. Maybe that was our bad luck, but the system has never worked properly. And our nation observed it, since the very beginning. So there were numerous, maybe not uprisings, but many protests by the population. It was 1956 in Western Poland. It was 1968 in Warsaw, in the capital. It was 1970. I think the most tragic ones, because those were revolts by shipyard workers in Gdańsk and Szczecin, two major ports at the Baltic Sea. And those were crushed, by the military, with many victims, dead and injured. Then another wave came in 76 at one of the industrial sites in Poland, which specializes in military industry. And that was a clear signal for the government, then time of the communist regime, that things were not okay. Then 1980, the major wave of protests, when the Solidarity Trade Union was born. And that had to be recognized by the communist government as a proper representative of the people. They signed an agreement with the government, and for more than 1 year the Solidarity acted as an official legal trade union until the party hardliners took over And then the military declared the martial law, or to put it in simple words, arranged a coup d'etat in mid-December 1981. Tomorrow we are going to have an anniversary exactly on the 13th of December. And then solidarity was banned. Most of the leaders were detained or arrested. So were also many leaders of the Communist Party. And then the military took over for almost 1 year. After that, no reforms to the communist system became successful. Because I think the communist system in itself had some inherent drawbacks. If work is valued not on the base of input, but on the base of political needs, so this is economically not correct. That system could not work, very simply. And that's why, I mean, not a single measure taken by the communist government after 1981, 82 was successful. The economy stagnated. And then, even within the ruling Communist Party, the opposition against the system started growing. The result was, that the leadership realized that without the Solidarity Trade Union, or without the opposition generally joining the ruling system, nothing could move forward. And that's why we are sitting at the round table. And this is a symbol in Poland. Because in 1988, exactly, the government found itself in a sort of a dead alley. I mean, there was a gridlock, in terms of economy, politics, nothing was moving forward, stagnated. So the government invited, after many protests, in the streets by the Solidarity Trade Union members and opposition figures, the government invited everybody to the round table talks. There's a huge, exactly round-shaped table where you had everybody seated. The government people, security forces, the army, the opposition, I mean the trade unions, intellectuals, the church, journalists, artists, students, not only professors but also representatives of students. Everybody was present there.
Okay.
And they worked out a solution. The solution was semi-democratic elections, or part of the mandates at the parliament were eligible for election, part of them were reserved for the ruling party. Everything which was freely elected was taken over by Solidarity. And that was a clear sign. 1 year after, in another election, things changed completely, because the election was absolutely free and the Solidarity Trade Union took over the government. So one of the solutions adopted at the roundtable talks was the change of the economic system, independently of the political system, but the economic system. The market economy was introduced. So one exact program was approved, prepared by an excellent economist, Professor Balcerowicz. And then this model was repeated in many other Eastern and Central European countries. And that expert just promised the nation, you tighten your belts for 2 years, okay, you will have some difficulties. But once you are through them, things will be okay. And they were.
Okay. Thank you very much. I lived through that period of change, when I was Thai ambassador to Poland. ท่านทูตได้กล่าวนะครับผมได้ถามท่านทูตว่าทำไมโปแลนด์ได้เปลี่ยนแปลงจากระบบคอมมิวนิสต์มาเป็นระบบ เสรีนิยมระบบที่ใช้การตลาดเป็นกลไกในการดำเนินการทางด้านเศรษฐกิจนะครับท่านก็ได้เล่าฝังว่าระบบคอมมิวนิสต์เนี่ยมันใช้ไม่ค่อยได้อาจจะมีปัญหาในระบบเองหรือในทฤษฎีแล้วก็ท่านก็ได้เล่าถึงเรื่องการเปลี่ยนแปลงที่ใช้เวลานานมากนะครับจนกระทั่งในที่สุดก็มี solidarity เนี่ยเข้ามาทำให้มีการเปลี่ยนแปลงและชนะการเลือกตั้งโปแลนด์ก็ได้มาเป็นประเทศที่ใช้ระบบประชาธิปไตยแล้วก็ market economy ก็คือระบบตลาดนะครับตั้งแต่บัดนั้นเป็นต้นมา in the 1990 I think started from that point of time ก็ต่อก็ตอนนี้นี่ก็จบสำหรับเบรกนะครับแล้วก็ don't go away come back for the next time okay